Boozy Banter, episode 4. We're back again. You know you missed us.
Welcome back.
Now, I have this much idea of what tonight's episode is about. This is Kendra's thing. She's going to host this tonight. Well, I mean, I'm going to host it, but I'm going to basically reverse host it while I drink some Heaven's Door. There we go. Bob Dylan's Bourbon, in case you didn't know that. What are you having tonight?
I'm having actually a Malbec.
Malbec.
Yeah, well, what did our friends say?
You
Malbec
your friends, no, you and your girlfriends were drunk and you were screaming Malbec in the back of an Uber.
I wasn't. They were.
While Dustin and I were trying to film an episode.
Every time I would go out and order a drink at the bar, I would say I want Malbec, and they'll be like, "Yeah, how do they I forget how they do that."
I actually still have it recorded.
Yeah, we'll have to find that.
I might actually clip it in here if I can. If not, then that was, I don't know. Our camera is very crooked.
What camera?
This one. Look at that. I'm gonna tip it while you tell them what tonight's episode's about.
Well, I really struggled to figure out what episode or what we were going to talk about tonight. And then it dawned on me, why don't we talk about your past?
I mean, that's
your past. Your past. Okay,
let's never a good idea.
Let's talk about.
Let me get a few of these in real quick.
Go ahead. Take a big chug.
You can't chug bourbon. That's not right.
Okay.
It's a sin. All right. What about my past?
So a lot of people who know you now, know about your past, about things. And
you make it sound like I've been to jail.
I mean, you were arrested once.
Yeah, I've been to jail.
He actually peed out in public.
I got in trouble for peeing in public.
Okay. But it's not about that. I think that's like a story for another day, though.
Right. So what do you mean past? It's not sketchy or anything.
I still have conversation with people about where you used to live, and they are all so shocked every time I tell them that you used to live in Palm Springs, California.
I lived in California for about 8-ish years.
8 years, yes.
Well, I moved out there when I was 19.
Yes. So I want to know what drew you to go out to Palm Springs. So
I went to high school, and I was actually very good at school. I went to college. I chose my college because I didn't go to the school that I wanted to go to.
What school did you want to go to?
I wanted to go to a Division I school and do sports, but my father figure at the time was not very helpful in that. He kind of didn't want to help me pay, didn't want to help me do that sort of stuff. So I had to settle for a state school. And I went for secondary education, wanted to get into mathematics. And then I decided after about a semester that I didn't really like that major, and I was going to take a semester off and figure out what I wanted to do and reevaluate and then pay for my own way into school. Because I went for track and field, and some of the schools at that time weren't paying first-year scholarships. It was a kind of a prove-it scholarship thing, so I would have had to come up with my own money to start. So I had a list of 3 schools that I wanted to go to. It was North Carolina. It was FSU. And I think Miami that I wanted to go to. And he said if I got any of them, he'd agree to pay. But I got Duke. I got Clemson. I got not Florida State. I got Maryland, Yale. Yale was a fun one.
Yale.
That was an
when I tell
one.
People about that, they can't believe it.
That I got recruited to Yale.
When
I qualified for Yale. My SATs and my GPA, I qualified for Yale too.
When I met Todd,
nobody thinks it. They think I'm a big old dummy.
He is so fun and crazy and just lighthearted that most people wouldn't even think, no offense, that you had a brain.
Look at the big brain on Todd.
But I have learned, no, that's not what I didn't mean any offense to you, but
no.
You were always fun kind of guy. I think people didn't take you serious, didn't think that you were smart like that.
Yeah, people think I'm just a dumb jock or a construction worker. They don't realize that I'm actually very intelligent.
But I mean, you have had well, we can get back into that when we get to Palm Springs, but you have had a lot of jobs, because I'm still finding out jobs that you have had.
I like to be a jack of all trades.
How have you been that too?
I like to
in addition to the 50,000 other things that you were.
No,
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
I dropped out of school, and instead of pursuing what I wanted to do, I just started
dropped out of college.
And instead of pursuing like looking into what I wanted to do and where I was going to go, I just kind of got into partying. So I started like go visiting my friends at their schools, and I would party and I would get into fights and I would get into just, I went down a very bad hole to the point where if I didn't leave the state, I would have just continued to spiral. So it was basically my own form of choice rehab to get out of here. And I called my mom and I was like, I think I got to go. And she's like, why don't you go visit California? You got an uncle out there, which I barely knew at the time. I actually couldn't have told you what he looked like at the time or anything. So she booked me a trip for a 21-day trip to California. And that was on, I think, Thursday or Friday. And I left the following Monday. I spent the weekend going and visiting friends and then got on a plane and went to California. And never looked back. Never
came back.
I never took the return trip home. No.
Your mom sent you all of your things, shipped it out.
Yeah, that was a phone call. Actually, my dad tried to fight me the day before I left because he was pissed off that I was going. He was even more pissed when I called and said, hey, can you box up some clothing? He actually was kind of refusing to do it at first, but luckily my stepmom talked him into it. She was good for that. But no, I went out and then I was like, I really like it here. It was one of those things that felt right. It felt comfortable. It's a vibe. People get that all the time. And I think it was the fourth day I was there. Like, I'm just going to go look for work and then see what kind of jobs are out here. And I had a job by the end of the first week of being out there at a pool supply warehouse, which led me into being a pool boy in Southern California. And yes,
can you imagine?
It is just like you see on TV.
I can't wait. I want you to tell me about the naked woman that would always lay out naked while you clean the pool.
Oh, there was a couple of them. There was time I've caught people like, I'm coming. I come on the same days, roughly within the same like hour to 2 hour period every week. It's like Monday, Thursday, or Tuesday, Friday. Every week, same week to clean your pool. And it seems like there's a few houses that every couple weeks I'd walk into the backyard and you'd be nude sunbathing or skinny dipping or something. It's like, I'm coming.
Did they act like shocked? Like, oh my God. Oh, they were?
Yeah.
Oh, they actually act like that?
It was funny.
I thought they were just like, yeah,
there was
no
one
problem.
week I walked into the backyard and the mom was swimming in the pool when I got there. She said, oh, I'm sorry. Give me a minute. So I walked back out the gate. And that Friday I walked back in and the daughter is taking a shower naked by the pool. I'm like, if I come here next week and it's the dad, I'm going to be freaked the hell out. But no, I got a job 7 days. I called and I said, hey, I'm just going to stick this out. And then I think the first time I came home was like 3-4 months into it. Cause I had just gotten a job, so I wasn't taking time off. And then I came home for a visited my friends who were all like, what in the fuck happened to you? I was like, yeah, well, I live in California now. So moved out there, stayed out there the only reason I came home. We can talk about being out there, but the only reason I ended up back in Pennsylvania was because when the economy collapsed in 2008, I basically had to get out of there because it was just like a financial downfall. And then I came back to this area, which is more self-sustaining, a little more economy proof. So came back here. No,
but because you were a realtor at that time.
Yeah, I did real estate. I did real estate and I also did mortgages at that time.
It goes from one spectrum to the next. You're going to be shocked at this episode. I think you're going to learn about a lot about Todd in this episode. Even our friends who probably watch us, they're not going to know half of this stuff. And I think this is every time you tell me a story about something in Palm Springs or something like something reminds you of something from back then. And you're like, and you tell me it, I literally want to be like, did you just make that up?
I got my real estate license before it was cool. Yeah, it was cool. And out there, it was really like, you had to take classes. It was crazy. They're completely different there. They're not like where we are. You have to pay to hang your license. Out there, you just work for a broker. And I happened to I actually got the opportunity to work for one of the biggest brokers in Southern California. So it was pretty cool. I got to actually stage like celebrities' houses and stuff, which was kind of fun. But, we went and took the test and it's like a 4-hour test. And I think I was done in like 2 hours, walked up and the people I was with were like, did you just give up? And I was like, no. And I got done. I went next door to the bar and had some drinks. I passed with flying colors.
The Yale brain.
And they were all waiting. They're like, oh, we thought would you give up? I was like, no, I took it. Like, you did it. We were there till the last 10 minutes. I was like, it was just easy.
That's why I cannot even. But now that we both own businesses and every time I have a question about something business related, he knows it. He can read something and learn it. Actually, you can read like a whole novel and learn it. This guy's brain is pretty incredible. I'm very envious. I was always in applied math classes. I was the C&D student in English and what else? I don't know. Pretty much all of them. So
I was the first,
forgive me for my phone being on.
I was the first person to ever get an A on the Algebra 2 final in my high school.
Wow.
Well,
I hope they gave you a gold star.
No, it was that teacher's. I took 7 math classes in 4 years. So business, and I took accounting. And I'm really good at that. So math and accounting.
He is really good at math. Half time, I'm like, what is 9 plus 7? He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
But I can't spell for shit.
I know. He just asked me how to spell angel tonight. Angel.
I write angle a lot. I can't spell for shit. But I'm outside of spelling, I'm good.
In our rent email, sometimes he's like, thank you for your patience. And it's not spelled patience. It's patience as in a hospital.
No patience.
And I laugh. And I finally told you, I'm like, you're sending this out to all your tenants. Lord almighty.
I like this as a
He's so smart.
So this might be a get to know you episode next time. I like this one. This one's about boost. We should have just called this one episode 4, Boost the Ego. All right. So what else you want to know about me, old past?
Okay, well, you referenced celebrities. So I know you have met a lot of celebrities. I know you have hung out with celebrities, including Ty Pennington.
He was one of my favorite. That dude, Ty Pennington is exactly like you see on TV. That Extreme Home Makeover, that move that bus. That dude is exactly like that. He's so energetic and happy and fun. Like he was like a fun person. At least the experiences I had with him was he was a very fun guy. Not as boisterous as like on that show, but he was fun. He was one of the funnest celebrities I met. Got to hang out and do some drinking with him.
And who else?
I overserved them.
Is that the same? That wasn't the same night as what's that guy from Blood Diamond movie? What's his name?
Whatever. Yeah, he was dating Kimora Lee when I met him.
How do you not remember his name?
Brain fart.
No, I'm gonna look this up.
But yeah, he was a bougie bitch. Way bigger than me, so I wouldn't tell him that to his face. But I remember meeting him. I was working at a kind of a quiet hotel, another job. I was working serving at a hotel that had a lot of celebrities, which is where I met him and made some acquaintances that way. But he was like the dude who came in for breakfast, and he wanted 2 yogurt parfaits for breakfast. But if you served him 2 yogurt parfaits, he got pissed off.
Is it Blood Diamond or?
Yeah, Blood Diamond.
Oh, there he is. Okay, wait. What did you say?
I said if you serve him 2 separate, he wanted 2 yogurt parfaits, but you had to make it special in one bowl. He couldn't eat 2 yogurt parfaits. He wanted basically a double yogurt parfait, so we had to make him that every morning.
Oh, here he is. I don't have to say his name. It's Demon Hansu.
Yeah, Demon Hansu or something like that. I don't know that guy.
Can you guys see him?
The black guy from Blood Diamond. The really large man. But yeah, he was dating Kimora Lee when they came in. He was there. Oh, the funniest dude, Mickey Rooney, the little short dude.
Oh, yeah.
Before he passed, he was. I didn't meet him. I have a funny story about him though. I was working at this hotel, and he brought his family there, and they were staying in a villa. And I happened to be going by, and he is just ripping into his family. And this little dude like comes up to like my tongue, and he
it's like what? God.
No, he was a really small dude. He was just ripping his family for not appreciating the money he spends on them. And like, I bring you here, bring you this nice place. I take you all these places. And I'm just standing outside the door, just listening to him, like with like some drinks. He's ripping into him. I'm like, do I knock? When's the opportune time? Like,
that's funny.
I agree with him.
That's funny.
But it was fun. It was cool. We met.
Sometimes you just got to rip into those family members. They deserve it.
You do for being unappreciative, because the place that I worked at was very high end. It was fun. It was fun though. We had a lot of fun. We had more fun working there than we probably should have. Like my one buddy Cheese, he had to constantly wash the owner's car to keep his job.
Really?
Oh yeah, we would get in trouble all the time because you're not like allowed to fraternize, but we would fraternize. Like he got caught coming out of a hotel room in the morning for his shift. So he had to wash Jonathan's car every day for a week to keep his job.
And is this Tropical?
No.
What
this was the Viceroy.
So you worked at the Viceroy.
It's not the Viceroy anymore. There was a Viceroy in Santa Monica, and there was a Viceroy in Palm Springs. And I worked at the Viceroy in Palm Springs. And it was a lot of fun. We'd always get in trouble for that shit. Yeah, you're not allowed to fraternize, but we always had, it was funny. My old roommate and I had a 1-2 punch. He worked at the bar at night, and I worked at the bar and by the pools during the day. So a lot of like bachelorette parties would come down from LA. So they would stay down there. This was always so good.
What? Do tell.
Because I'm not a good,
Do tell.
I'm a decent talker, but my old roommate Mike he's a really good talker, and I'm a dancer. Like I can dance. I'm not afraid to go on the dance floor. So we always had this.
He's a stripper.
We had this one. I did strip at a gay club too.
Did you?
You knew that.
I didn't know that. Are you kidding me?
Back to the 1-2 punch. So what we would do is like, so Mike, these girls would come down for dinner, and Mike would bartend, and they would ask where to go out. And he's like, oh, there's a lot of, if you want, my roommate and I will take you guys out tonight, show you where to go, have a good time. Oh, who's your roommate? Well, you guys, and he'd be like, well, you guys at the pool today? Yeah. Todd by the pool. The guy serving. Oh yeah, him. He's like, well, yeah, if you want, we can meet up with you guys later tonight. We can take you out. We go. So we would take groups of girls bachelorette parties out all the time and like go bar hopping. And because where we worked, and then I also worked nighttime part-time at another bar, we were friends with all the bartenders. So we would go and it'd be crowded, it'd be busy, and we walk in, just put our hands up, and then we get to cut to the front of the lines, no waits, no covers, drinks right away. And then we'd say, oh, it's on us. And we would rank up couple $100 bar tabs. They'd be like, just throw me a tip. And that would be like, throw them $100 for the night and be like, good. Wow. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, I got paid to dance at a strip.
Let's talk about that, because I don't know what you're talking about.
I got paid to dance. I danced one night at with the bar we went to with Brian. Yeah, he got me to do it one time. He's like, we can go up there and make a couple bucks. I'm like, all right. Now I wasn't naked.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you.
No, not full naked.
What did we get down to here?
Just like tight shorts.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
Tight shorts or tight skibbies?
He always called me. He's going to call me Gerbil Boy because we were bartending a pool party and we're wearing board shorts and stuff. And he's like, you should really. He said you should really be bartending in a thong, like a banana hammock or something. I was like, I can't feel that. I was born with the dick of a gerbil. He's like, gerbils are big. I was like, no, sir, the dick of a gerbil. He goes, ooh. Guys, come here, and told his friends, like, tell him what you told me. So he's like, I don't believe it. Let me see. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let you see. Still to this day, he does not know if I'm lying or not.
Oh my god. Well, he might watch this.
He might know. I'm still not gonna tell him.
Brian's the one who introduced me to Rumple Mints.
Oh,
and I didn't realize how much that can screw you up. So then when we got back home,
Brian, if you by chance watch it, I miss you.
When we got back home, I bought Rumble Mints and I said, oh my God, you guys, you have to try this to my friends. And I'm like, it's really good. If you want gum, if you feel like your breath is stinky, you just drink this. It's great. And oh my God, did we all get messed up?
Why don't you do a little slug of their old Rumple Mints right from the bottle?
I really think that this is it is so tight on there. It's literally like sticky shenanigans on that.
Icky.
Like, I don't think that's even possible to open. You're going to have to need like a...
Oh, it is.
Oopsie. Grab.
Anyway, so yeah.
You didn't even try. You didn't even...
I didn't really go hard on it. I know.
I do like Rumple Mints though. But it's like, what, 100 proof? I'm telling you, this is from like 1980s.
God, I can't. No,
I told you. No. You could see it. It's like crusted.
Yeah, it's crusty. Anyway, so that's Palm Springs. I lived in Palm Springs. What else do you want to know about little old May?
Well, I want to know.
Paul had so much fun.
What?
We had so much fun in Palm Springs.
I know. You're still telling me the stories about it.
Like we used to like.
That's why, actually, I think this is good that
you said that because Barrett texted me today.
I think it's good that we're talking about it because honestly, all the stories that you told me over the years. I mean, I have a bad memory. Okay, I'm a C&D student. I can't remember everything. So you're telling me again. Because now I can remember and I can look back on this video now and be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right. He did that. So what else do you want to know about me?
What were all your jobs? List them.
I was a pool boy. I was a bartender. I was a real estate agent. I was worked at the pool house. I did actually start my own pool cleaning business as a subcontractor and clean pools. Bartender and waiter, real estate agent, did mortgages, and I think that's it. It wasn't that much there because I did the pools. No, I worked. I
feel like you told me there was a lot more somewhere.
I worked for the water company. 2 different jobs there. I worked actual service work, which I hated because it was like around the clock, and I didn't like that. Then I went into work in the office, which you realize that's what showed me I could not work in an office. So then I quit that when I moved down into downtown Palm Springs, and that's when I started. That's when I went and got my real estate license to bartend, and then. There was probably something else. What else did I do? I mean, that's pretty good in 8 years.
I felt like you had a job every month. different one.
Well, I started small and grew my way up to be the real estate. And the real estate was going well. If it wasn't for the economy, I'd still probably be out there doing real estate and I never would have met you. So basically the '08 crash is the reason I met you.
Well, not the reason. I didn't meet you until 2011.
Right. Well, and actually, I had a place to stay and tuition paid to go live in New York City when I met you. And
That is true.
And I had to get that tuition back.
We met at a bar, and I was
a drink on me.
Pretty drunk.
We were both very messed up.
Yeah.
And we met because our friends met.
Yeah, our friends liked each other-ish. Like, they met each other that night, and then you were with your friend. I was my friend, but I was really, really drunk, and I was bopping around the whole facility. Like, I was from one end to the next, and then I guess I danced with you. I kind of remember, but don't remember dumping a drink on you, but that's what you say.
Yeah, you were dancing. You were holding your drink like this, and like kind of like above you put your hands up and like dumped your drink on me. Just a little bit, wasn't much. It's okay.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for forgiving me.
I forgive you.
And then after that, my girlfriend texted me, "Can you go on a double date with us?" I go, "With who?" "The guy that you were dancing with." I go, "What guy?" And she's like, "Come on, can you just come with me? I don't want to go alone." And I was like, "I don't know."
And we went to what?
And then you messaged me
and it was
on
a Halloween
Facebook.
date, which is weird because yesterday was Halloween.
Yeah, you messaged me on Facebook and was like, "You were so sweet, so nice." And I was like, "This guy is too nice. No thanks." So, yeah, I ended up going. I got forced into it. And you really liked me from the get-go.
Yeah, I was smitten.
You were smitten.
And your track record of men was not too strong anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would agree. But
I walked in on top just by default.
What?
I said I walked in as the best quality man you've met by default.
So then he chased me around for a couple months, and I still wasn't really feeling it. And then over time,
yeah, but I managed to give up the tuition and the place to stay, and I was going to live in Queens to chase you because I knew I could tell you liked me. You just couldn't tell you liked me. Little Miss called me. Come sleep over. Come stay at my house.
I was scared of my apartment. I had ghosts upstairs. They were moving furniture at like 2:00 in the morning. I swear.
You didn't just move in. You had been there before.
Yeah, but I never heard things for the longest time. And then all of a sudden I started hearing things.
Maybe I planted the ghost there.
Oh, well, that's nice.
To win you over.
I put a pillow in between us. His name was Bob.
I will never forget
Don't
Bob.
touch me.
Buried so many morning woods in Bob.
Oh, God.
Actually, now that I say that out loud,
that really doesn't sound good.
It does not roll off the tongue how I expected it to.
Oh, boy.
All right, what else do you need to know about moi?
Well, what else do you want to talk about? Well, so you moved out there. You live with your uncle for a little bit, right?
My uncle has a nanny
for your cousin.
Yeah, so he was on call 1 out of every 3 weeks, so I could stay there. He kicked out his nanny, so I could live there, and I could go to work. But when I was done work, I just had to be within like close proximity to the house because if he got called in, he worked for that electrical company out there. If he got called into work, I had to come and babysit my 7-year-old nephew.
Which you totally corrupted.
Yeah,
your nephew. You mean your cousin.
Cousin. He bounced back from that, though.
Yeah, he's a really good guy now.
I tried.
You tried to corrupt him.
I tried.
And
I thought I killed him once.
And your uncle actually was really like happy that you tried to corrupt him.
Oh, yeah. He's like...
This kid was so good his whole life.
Oh, he always tells me, he's like, sometimes I wish my son would have been more like you. He's like, he was just too good. He's like, he's like, other than the fact that you tried to kill my dogs.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah,
they found him on a golf, like apparently.
So go back and tell a story.
So I don't know. He was away. Every time he was away, I would throw parties. And one of the parties, I don't know.
He doesn't know.
I don't know how the dog got. I swear to God, we didn't let the dog out. But apparently, the dogs. One of the neighbors called. They found their dogs on a golf course.
What kind of dogs are these?
Basset hounds.
Okay.
Or beagles.
Oh, okay.
And so I found one of them. They found them both, but they were fine. Like there's a dog door and a gate, so someone must have gone out the side gate from the party because he had a pool and a sliding board and all that stuff, which I helped him put in.
Well, that's nice.
But yeah, we did that. Yeah, he gets so mad. His ex-wife came over one time and there's just people sleeping on the sofas and like bottles everywhere. And she came in and tried to yell at me. I was like, "Bitch, you don't even fucking live here." I just sat on the steps. I was like, you don't live here. I said, I'm going to tell your uncle. I was like, he'll be proud. Go ahead and tell him. And so by the time he comes home, it's all spotless and clean and everything. I remember he got a call from his neighbor, and his neighbor was like not complaining about the party. He was just telling Tracy, he's like, your nephew. He's like, I go into my backyard. He's like, and I see 2 topless girls just dancing on top of your sliding board and all this noise. He's like, I almost wanted to come over, but I thought I should tell you he was having one hell of a party. I would throw parties like.
I could just picture that. Picture that, and your uncle telling you that.
Out there, every house is like in like the Coachella Valley, like every house has like a wall around, like a concrete wall, fences and stuff. So they're on the top of the sliding board, just 2 of them up there dancing, at least topless. And we had the music going from the balcony, and we would jump from the balcony, which we were not allowed to do. And
but you guys did it though.
Yeah, we did it. And then the neighbor called, and he got home. He's like, hey, my neighbor called, said you had a party. I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, I am so sorry. He's like, no, he wasn't mad. He was happy. See 2 young girls topless on the sliding board dancing. Yeah, he often said to me, he's like, I wish my son never threw parties. He's like, thank God you were there. He's like, sometimes I worried about him. So, and he's a very successful, good kid. I mean, despite what I did, I threw him in a pool one time, and I have it on video on like VHS back in the day. We were throwing him like from the trampoline to the pool, and he went in pretty head first one time, and it took him a second to surface. And
at the time you almost killed him?
Yeah, and I thought for a second, like, I paused for a second. I'm like, oh, he didn't come back up. And then he came back up like, oh, thank God. Oh, yeah. Used to get in trouble all the time. We were running around that.
You used to get in trouble? By who?
I know. I used to get in trouble for like being too rough with Marshall sometimes. Well, I remember, and then like he had to go and tell his dad, like, Todd could drive me the whole way to school with no hands.
That's right. I remember that now.
I would like, you want to see? He's like, you do it. And he played the White CD, which was Eminem, his White album, like completely vulgar. And,
oh my God.
And he'd have me play that, and I would drive with my knees to school to take him to school in the morning. He went to a Christian school. Oh, that's one that Tracy likes to point out. He's like, yeah, and you were hooking up with Marshall's teacher. You drop him off at school and go home with the teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's
that's
like,
nice.
Marshall got mad at me. I guess he said to me one time about not trying to date his teacher because I went out because I hooked up with his teacher. After I dropped him off, or I picked him up or something, talked to her, and then we went out and stuff.
Wow.
You have to ask Tracy about that. I'll ask you if I ever did that.
That is that's funny.
That is funny. So I'm not a good nanny, but
Don't hire Todd. He's smart, but he's not common sense smart.
No,
I'd like to say I'm common sense smart, and he's book smart.
I'm fun. I'm a good dad, though.
Yes, you've matured a lot.
That's a loose term, but
I didn't know you back then.
Fun.
So
I'm not irresponsible. I'm fun. Everybody was safe except for that one time. Except
for you other times, because didn't you have a motorcycle and crash a motorcycle twice?
Yes.
So why don't you tell us about that?
Well, the one time wasn't my motorcycle. It crashed somebody else's.
No, that's even better.
It was a dual purpose. We were going up the street. We were up in Desert Hot Springs, and we were riding around. And I was doing a figure 8, and then I got done. I was going to cut across the middle. So I gunned it across the middle and come back. I was just going to ride home. But I forgot that I kind of head straight onto this, like, the best line. Because when you have a line, there's, like, ruts. So when I came through, I went to turn to go back, wasn't paying attention. My front wheel dropped in the rut, and I went flying over that. That was okay because I landed in dirt. That's when I took, like, all this skin off my leg there. That was that one. The second one, I was up Highway 74. We were riding on R6, and we were riding up. And the good thing is the guy I was riding with, I was just in a T-shirt. He's like, do you have a riding jacket? I'm like, no. He's like, dude, take one of my riding jackets. So I wore his riding jacket, thank God, because I fell and flipped on the way back down. So there's a curve where it starts sharp and then gets gradual. On the way back down, it's gradual and gets sharp. And I was going to probably about 75. And I was on the outside to avoid some cinders and forgot that it was my first time really going down at high speeds, that it got sharper at the end. And there's no way I could have made that turn. So I just grabbed both brakes, went poof. And then all the last thing I remember is flipping, and then the bike landed on me, and I slid the bike on me. And then it doesn't have guardrails. If you go back in like the 80s, back in the day, you would look over and there'd be cars over this that they had to like crane out and stuff.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, because there's no guardrails on it. It's like 5 miles straight up a mountain, but like this. So I slid. My feet were literally hanging off the edge. And then I remember just one motorist pulls over, and I'm on my hands and knees, and he starts trying to rip off my helmet. I'm like, if I had some sort of spinal injury, you would have just paralyzed me.
Oh my God.
So then The bike was
why would he do that?
I don't know. I'm okay.
Your head's okay.
I'm like, let me go. So I got up. My buddies came back, jumped on the bike, rode it home, and then went to work that night. And then the next day, I completely my whole body locked up. I never went to the doctor, but this calf was like twice the size of the other one. I had road rash. I tore through the riding jacket, through my shirt, through my jeans.
And you still have a scar on your back from it.
I still have I don't tan in certain areas because of that. Because of the scars. That was through the riding jacket. That was.
And this guy says multiple times since we've been together, I'd like to get a bike. I said, oh, hell no.
I would get a cruiser. I wouldn't get a crotch rocket.
No.
But I'll tell you this.
You're going to wreck a bike, not once, but twice. Are you out of your mind?
But more,
are you okay? Do you need some water?
I feel like I got something in my throat.
You talking a lot? You're not used to talking a lot.
The more I lived, that's not true.
You talked all day today.
The more I live in Pennsylvania, I would not ride a bike. These roads suck. California was nice. Wide, straight, flat roads. We would get on the highway and go kick our back pegs up and just lay down Superman. Just like this, and just kind of act like you're flying down the highway, and that was you can't do that here. It's not as fun here.
Well, no, definitely not.
I wouldn't want to do it here. But
well, speaking of speed, didn't you drive your ex-girlfriend's mom's Bentley across the desert at 150 miles an hour?
174.
Tell me about that, because I can't
didn't
remember.
Drive it. It was Barrett who did. Who texted me his birthday was 3 days ago. No, Barrett and I were in. She had the first release of a Bentley Continental GT. She had money. She was a really good real estate agent. They actually, Jack Warner Brothers, the movie studio, Warner Brothers. She bought and lived in his house. Oh, okay. 2 pools, 11 bedrooms. It was cool. That's where we used to hang out there all the time. But we were going over to, in Arizona?
Vegas?
No, it's a big spring break spot. It's a river. Oh, anyway, we were leaving Southern California. We were going over through Arizona it's a canyon, and I'm brain farting. It's a really big spring break spot on the water, not like the Grand Canyon, but I'm going to think of it in a second. Anyway, we were going over there to go boating and camping, and for some reason they said, "Why don't you guys take this?" And that was probably the dumbest thing, because Barrett and I were. At that point, we're definitely not the people who should be given a $350,000 sports car to drive on a road that is just straight. Because we pulled up beside this.
It's desolate.
Then there's no.
For how many miles?
As far as you can see, it's a straight road. It's kind of like a historic Route 66. But we were not Glamis. No, we were going over to Glamis, I think, to go. No, Glamis to go riding. I don't know what we were doing, quad riding or something like that, and boating and all that. They were pulling the boat, so. We pulled up beside this really nice Corvette, and he tried to race it, and it started to go. So he just went, and then so we gunned it, and all of a sudden you look down at the speedometer, it's going 174, and it felt like you were going 75 miles an hour, to the point where we slowed down to 75. It felt like we were going through a school zone, and it was weird. That. And then when we drove it home too, then we got back into the traffic just south of LA, and we were going about $125, and just. We also raced from Palm Springs to Newport Beach because we had a fishing boat we were supposed to catch. So we raced, and I got in so much trouble for that one because my ex at the time went in the other car, and I was driving her car with her brother Chad and two other girls, and we were going, and Barrett was driving the other car, and he was yelling at me out the window and stuff. I was like. And he's like, last one there I forget what he said. So we just all of a sudden all the way up to LA, and we made it, which should have been an hour and 45-minute drive in just over an hour. And the whole time she's yelling from the other car, slow down. I was like, you're not even in this car, and I'm not going to let your brother beat me. I was like, how do I know that you actually want me to slow down? Or is he telling you to tell me that? So I'm not going to listen. And then we get into the parking lot, and I realized I pulled into the wrong parking lot. So I quick put it in reverse and backed out onto the street, went over one parking lot and backed into a spot. And then a cop pulls in and gets me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he let me go. I was like, sorry. I said, we were supposed to catch his boat at 6:30. I said, I was in the wrong parking lot. He's like, well, next time, drive forward from parking lot to parking lot. I said, I'm sorry. I was just in a hurry, man. We just came from Palm Springs. He's like,
drove faster backwards than forwards?
No, it was just because in the parking lot, because I pulled into the first spot, and I knew I couldn't park there. It had a sign. So I literally went out of the spot, backed into the other parking lot into a spot.
Oh, okay.
Because it was quicker. And then the cop pulled in and saw me go backwards. And he let me go, though. He was really nice about it. He was really nice about it. He's like, actually, I was kind of impressed, but I was like, I'm just in a hurry. The boat leaves at 6:30, and it was about 6:15 then, and we had to check in. We were going on a deep sea half-day deep sea fishing trip. I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you didn't even touch on like probably majority of the thing. Oh, you touched on the big things, I think.
What other quick things you may touch on before?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of all the things.
You mentioned before about my sports and stuff. We did that. You did that in one of our quick ones.
Your sports?
Me just being an athlete and like track. You did that in one of our drink videos, I think.
Yeah, that was in high school.
Yeah.
What, you're saying out in California you were into sports?
No, I almost went back to school out there. I almost went back to college. I almost went to UC Davis to run track. I coached a high school track team for like a year.
Is that one of your other jobs?
No, I just helped out with that.
Okay.
Then I got in trouble.
Doing what?
For dating one of the students after she graduated.
Well, after she graduated.
Well, she was over 18, and then after that school year, I got in trouble for dating her. You'll have to ask Tracy about that. Because Lance always gets, you can't let Todd coach. You're gonna try and hook up with all the students. Because I was 21, and she was 18 or 19, and she hit on me, and I was good while I was coaching. And then after the season was done, we went out on like a date, like midway through the school year, and then I didn't coach after that. Marshall was really good at track, actually, but he gave it up. He was really good.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like we went to San Bernardino and watched him run and stuff. And it's cool. I got to see a bunch of Olympic runners run there and stuff too. But he was really good. He was talented. But he didn't. He was a baseball guy. Wanted to play baseball.
Nice. Let's see. What well, I remember going out to Palm Springs with you. We went out there twice, right? Or 3 times?
Twice. We need to go again. It's been way too long.
Yeah. But when I was out there with you,
you were sick half of the one trip.
Yeah, but when I went out there with you, we went to see Elvis's Palm Springs house.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's house.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other one?
Well, we saw the Warner Brothers house. I showed you the house that Cher used to live in.
Yeah, Cher. What other houses have you seen that I didn't get to see?
Honestly, there's so many back there, like Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, that's where we went by. We went by Marilyn Monroe's house.
It was a little bit up.
Yes. Okay, that's what I was like. Which one?
There's a lot of back in that area, like where my ex lived right beside her was where they filmed the first Ocean's 11 backyard scene was right there.
That's right. I remember.
There's like a lot of it's cool when you get in Palm Springs. It's back in those areas behind North Palm, right just before North Palm Springs. There's so much in there. We went up the tram. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, the Palm Springs tram. Aerial tram. Yeah, that was really cool. And then we drove by all those windmills that Tom Cruise filmed. What's that movie?
One of the Mission
Impossible movie. That's where he filmed.
I remember what you said. You were like, these are so much bigger in person.
Yeah.
Like, and how many there actually are.
Yeah, but now that they're popping up like around here, like when we were driving out to Kentucky, we saw a couple, and I'm like, you can see how big they are.
But there was a lot.
Like you're talking about, I don't even want to. Do I want to say hundreds?
All in like hundreds, one area,
and then like him running through those big. What are they called? Windmills? Are they windmills?
Well, they're windmills, but they go through turbines and stuff.
Yeah.
But I got offered a job to work on them too. That was paid really well, but you had to scale to the top and work them on top there, and I just did not do that. I don't know if I
could do that.
Yeah, I was not like into that one.
Oh my goodness.
What else you got? I think there's anything else fun in Palm Springs.
I think there's going to be a lot. So Todd did not know what this episode was going to be about whatsoever. So this is on a whim. This is the first things that come to his head, and I'm sure after this he's gonna be like, "Oh, I should have said this. Oh, I should have told him that."
I'm trying to think. There's so much in Palm Springs. I had a lot of fun.
Maybe we can do.
I had a lot of fun everywhere. I've had a lot of fun. I make the best out of everything. The whole thing about life is making the best out of this. Ride this motherfucker till the wheels fall off. Basically, enjoy your life.
So, what did Palm Springs teach you as a person? Like,
maybe find me. Because I was really like, it's funny. I was not the same person. It's when I went to Palm Springs, I came back to visit, would go out to bars, and girls that wouldn't give me the time of day in high school were all of a sudden like, It gave me a whole different confidence about who I was as a person, how to act, talk, dress, just carry myself, what I liked, what I was, what I wanted to be. It made me good. It forced me to grow up. I went out there at 19 and basically went out on my own. And my uncle, he basically said, he's like, I'm not your dad. He's like, if you need help, call me. He's like, I'm not going to tell you what to do, whatever you got to do. You got to be here one every 3 weeks. Other than that, do what you got to do. So basically at 19, I went out and had to become my own person, living across the country from everybody I know and love. And my uncle, I maybe met one time before going out there. So it taught me it showed me who I really was as a person.
Right.
And it's funny, like even Eric says, he's like, when I came back and moved back, he's like, Jesus, he's like, you are a completely different person. He's like, now you might be able to give me a chance, or might be able to give me competition in a fight. Just a whole different, teaches you who you get to find yourself. Until you get out on your own and realize that you have to rely on only yourself is when you find out who yourself really is. Mm-hmm. And that's what it taught me. It taught me who I am. And I'm grateful for it.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Oh, shucks. You're so sweet.
So I would think this concludes our episode, and maybe there'll be a Palm Springs 2 coming out if there's some good dish that he forgot to say. But
I'm going to bring up the one other thing when we do our Game Set Match podcast on Tuesday. We'll talk about the UFC fight. I'll bring up the UFC fighting that I did for like a little bit.
Is that a job?
No, that was just for fun until I wrecked my motorcycle and bent my thumb back and couldn't punch.
God. Okay, great.
Anyway.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we can talk about this again because I'm sure you have a lot more stories.
We're going to have to do
and I bet you this is probably going to be the most exciting episode that we've are going to have. I don't know. I think this is people don't know you, but people love you. And I think they want to know your history because honestly, out of every person I've met in my entire life, I'm not trying to build your ego, but it's okay. Your head can get big.
Both.
You're the most flowered, like in so many different ways that I've ever met. And people that when they find out these things about you, they're like impressed. They're like, what? You've done this. You've survived that. You went through some trials for sure before going out there.
Yeah,
even during it, but
I've been through battle.
But it's pretty cool. Bad. People.
It's funny you say that because I did hint to JB and Chris at the end of filming, talk about like I said 2 little things, and they were both like, "What? Really? Tell me about that." But no, life is about experiences. I'm one of those people like don't wait to do it. I think a bucket list is a curse and the worst thing to ever be invented in the world. Don't wait until your last moments to do things that you've always wanted to do in your own life because you don't know if you ever get the chance to do it. So just fucking do it. A bucket list is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
I understand why, because
like, oh, I've always wanted to see the Grand Canyon. That's one thing I want to put on my list before I die. Then go to the Grand Canyon. Don't go to the beach for the week. Take a trip to Grand Canyon.
So take a year, work for a year versus like
the beach
working
the next year, but go to the Grand Canyon you've always wanted to go visit. Or go bungee jumping or do something you want to do because you're not going to get the opportunity to do it. If you bungee jump at 85, you're probably going to. Oh my God. Like, just live life. Live life.
That's one thing I do know that about you.
Tim McGraw said it the best. Live like you were dying every day. And that's why in my age, I have experienced more than some people do in 2 lifetimes because I want to, on my deathbed, I want to be like, that was fun.
On his deathbed, he said he wants a DJ.
Oh, I want to come down from the ceiling, just open bar DJ.
I hope you're going to like just have this all planned out then because I could not.
I'm going to pay a D-list celebrity to come speak at it.
D-list? Ryan Pennington or Ty Pennington?
So, no, someone worse than that. Some weird, like, I don't know. No, but no, to be a celebration of life. But when you're on your deathbed, you should be looking back at your life and just be like, that was fun. I did it right. Not, I wish I would have. I wish I would have is a killer, basically like a bucket list, and we'll end with that.
Follow this guy.
My throat the whole time.
Yeah, obviously. Follow this guy. He will teach you a lot, and you will be thankful that you became friends.
DM for mentorships. Starting a new business.
You already started outside of here.
Yeah, don't wait until you're knocking on heaven's door.
Ooh, that was good. I must say that was really good. Why are you so good like that? I hate that your brain is so good like that. Ugh. But I want to say that was really good.
I know. I don't know why. As soon as I was pouring, I was like, that's funny, knocking on heaven's door.
This is what he does. He comes up with these quick little thingies. See, what? Quips. And I'm like, thingies. Whatever. Everything is a thingy to me because I can't think of it. It's fine. That's what makes me me. Makes you you. Okay.
Boozy Banter episode.
Oh, shit. My glass is so big.
That's what she said.
All right. Boozy Banter what?
Episode 4. Cheers.
Cheers.